Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you may know that one of my favorite aesthetics is Victorian. The elegance, the emphasis on florals and lace, intricate detailing, and gorgeous architecture have enchanted me for as long as I can remember. Nowhere can that be better seen than in my collection of tea sets. Long before I was a doll collector, this was my main collection, built piece by piece from both modern and antique items. As space has become an issue for me, today I am very selective about what teapots I include in my collection. But sometimes I wonder where this fascination all started. It wouldn't surprise me if the answer to that was the tea bunnies. They were some of my favorite toys as a child, and while watered down, the aesthetics definitely leaned Victorian. You might even say they were some of the first teacups that I ever collected. And while they aren't exactly dolls, I do think that they have enough doll elements to be included in this series. So put on your lace gloves and get out your cups and saucers, because it's time to spill the tea on these bunnies. Hello Internet, my name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet and another doll-cumentary. The vote that I had put for doing tea bunnies versus the Star Modeling Agency was in favor of tea bunnies for like a long time, and then when I checked it just now, Star Model Agency is beating it now by 2 points. I know you guys, it's really close, so I'm hoping you guys will be okay with seeing this video first, because I really want to get one of the Star Modeling Agency dolls before I do that video, and I haven't done that yet. So that video is going to have to be delayed for a little bit, and for now, we're just gonna look at the tea bunnies. My apologies for not keeping a closer eye on the vote. Again, it was super close, so I hope you guys are still okay with this. And now, on to the video. To my surprise, the tea bunnies were actually made by an American subsidiary of Tomy, a Japanese company that would later merge with Takara to become the Takara Tomy that we know of today. Named after its founder, Eiichiro Tomiyama, it was originally founded as the Tomiyama Toy Manufacturing Company in 1924. And for decades, it was the largest product development team in Japan. The company was later nicknamed to Tomy for short, and was passed down through generations of the Tomiyama family, finally landing in the lap of Mikitaro Tomiyama. That was sometime around the late 60s or early 70s, but there's no exact record of when. Though Tomy had had continual success with their own original products, Mikitaro had decided he wanted to compete with their biggest rival, Bandai, who was known for producing licensed toys at a very fast pace to coincide with different television shows. Unfortunately, Tomy's attempts to create multimedia franchises were nowhere near as successful. It wouldn't be until the 90s that their luck would change, when they had the foresight to collaborate with a newer IP that was growing in popularity. While Bandai was focused more on their booming Tamagotchi line, Tomy swooped in and snagged the license for a franchise that already spanned a video game, anime, and a trading card series. Maybe you've heard of it. I think it's pronounced Pokemon. If you know anything of Pokemania, it should come as no surprise that Tomy's sales skyrocketed during this venture, moving them from the third to the second largest toy company in the industry. It was during this period of growth that Tomy's American subsidiary would launch the Tea Bunnies.
There's a tea bunny party today. We're all on our way. Tea bunnies just for me bunnies. What's all this hiding all about? Lift the lid and you'll find out. Tea bunnies just for me bunnies. What fun a tea time party can be with my own tea bunny and me. There are 6 different tea bunny sets, each sold separately. It's tea time.
The Tea Bunnies were released sometime between 1994 and 1995. The date is not exactly clear, although there are some children's books that were labeled as published in 1994, so it's likely that was the launch year. Either way, the line featured small play sets, each coming with a 4-inch posable bunny figure in fabric clothing and an oversized hat, as well as a bunny-sized teacup and a child-sized teacup and saucer that doubled as a bunny house. When sitting, the bunnies could fit inside of the cup, with their hats acting as lids and covering everything but their large ears. When it was time for a tea party, simply lift the hat and reveal your bunny, who can then join you for a cuppa. Being that the only other accessory included was the bunny-sized cup, everything slid easily back into the cup when the tea party was over. Each set was themed after a different flower, with the bunnies themselves featuring blooms of these flowers at the tips of their ears. They also had distinct color schemes, which extended from the bunnies and clothes to the cups and saucers.
There's a tea bunny party today. We're all on our way. Tea bunnies just for me bunnies. Now there's a new fancy dessert tea party. Cookies and cake. Buttercup is starring at the new Tea Bunny Ballet. Hooray! And now you can have a Tea Bunny slumber party for all your friends. There are 6 adorable tea bunnies for you to collect, and 3 new tea bunny party sets too, each sold separately. It's tea time!
The bunnies' faces were sweet and expressive, with unique sculpts for each character, and each one owned a small business that would be represented by the child-sized teacup. These included an ice cream parlor, a sweet shop, a greengrocer, and more. However, the only real details of the shop were found on the outside of the cup, with printed windows, signs, and awnings. Inside was just like any other pretend play teacup, smooth and blank. According to a 1997 Argos catalog found on the Internet Archive, the basic playsets retailed for about 5.75 British pounds, or somewhere around $9 US. While the commercials advertised 6 bunnies, there were actually 8 basic sets in the main line. Of course, if you were looking to have a more elaborately themed tea party, there were deluxe playsets available as well. These included the basics, as well as extra accessories, sometimes second outfits, or other child-sized plastic pieces. There was even a wedding cake playset, with the only boy bunny in the line, which seems to be a common theme in these vintage 90s toys. Sets like these likely ran from $15 to $20. According to a 1996 JCPenney's catalog, also found on the Internet Archive, there was a special tea for 2 version of the fancy dessert party playset. This one came with an extra bunny, cup, and saucer, and retailed for $24.99.
It's tea time. What smells so good? It's a fancy dessert tea party. Tea bunnies just for me bunnies. Cookies, cakes, and eclairs too. Sweet Italian shakes and just for you. Cherry pie. And chocolate cake too. And bunny-sized desserts for you. Delicious treats for everyone. Tea bunnies make dessert time fun. This is the sweetest tea party ever. Fancy dessert tea party set comes with 1 tea bunny, others sold separately. It's tea time.
Also, like many of these vintage toys, there was a corresponding baby bunny line. These, however, came in cupcakes, because you have to have pastries at a tea party. 6 baby bunny sets were available to purchase in store, each representing a new flower and a different flavor of cupcake. These sets also had much more molded and printed details on the outer playsets, such as decorative icing trims or fruit slices. Also, inside the bottom of each cupcake was a molded baby blanket, so that the playset could act as a crib. The babies themselves came with fabric bonnets, fabric swaddle bags, a sippy cup, and a miniature version of their outer cupcake crib. And just like the adult sets, when playtime was over, the babies could be hidden away inside the cupcakes with only their ears showing. Interestingly, there was also a 7th baby. This one was only available via mail order, from a special offer on the outside of the wedding cake playset. Some auxiliary merchandise was also available for the Tea Bunnies. As I mentioned before, there were 4 cardboard children's books, each featuring a different character, throwing a tea party with her unique style. There were also 7.5-inch plush characters, some coming alone, and some coming with a plush teacup and saucer, to mimic the original toys. But this would mark the extent of the Tea Bunnies line. A few years after their initial launch, Tomy sold the rights to the brand to a company named KidsView, which had to be extremely small, because when Googling KidsView toys today, most of the relevant results are secondhand seller listings for the T-Bunnies. Other companies with the name KidsView seem to have no relation to this company, and no relation to toys in general. But these secondhand seller listings do give us a clue that nothing was really changed about the line when it moved from company to company. The packaging was very similar, the characters remained the same, but nothing was expanded on either. They simply added their name to the box and continued to sell the existing playsets. This would continue when the line changed hands again, being sold to Unita Toys in 1999. This company does have much more history, being founded in 1917, but its reputation is mostly for baby dolls. T-Bunnies seems a strange acquisition for them, but there are boxes with the Unita logo on them for sale on eBay and Mercari and other sites. In fact, some of these boxes are KidsView boxes that they needed to place a Unita logo sticker on to show that it had changed hands. But once again, no advancements in the line were made, simply continuing to reproduce the same small selection of products until the line was finally discontinued. The story of T-Bunnies is somewhat sad in that way. In 5 years and over 3 companies, it was essentially stagnant from the beginning. Was it a problem of them not selling well? It's hard to say, but it's a good possibility. My first guess as to why would be the lack of details in the basic playsets. While the designs of the bunnies and their clothing is charming, the actual cup/shop was not as engaging outside of it being a teacup. Perhaps if the cup could have unfolded, had sticker backdrops or shelves and other little accessories that really emphasized what each shop was supposed to be, as in many other 90s toys of the time, it would have been more interesting for the child to play with. I also believe there was a huge missed opportunity of doing a teapot playset as a large deluxe playset. Where are you getting your tea if not from a teapot, right? But on the other hand, tea parties are such an iconic play scenario for young children. To have a toy that encouraged a group of children to get together, each with their own individual cup and bunny friend, was a good idea for social and imaginative play, and really embodies the spirit of a true afternoon tea. I definitely had a lot of fun with my T-Bunnies, even if they weren't as intricate or fantastical as some of the other 90s toys. And if this is where my love of Victorian and tea culture stems from, then I have no regrets. And I'm very glad that I was able to share this tea time with all of you. Okay guys, and now we get to look at my collection of T-Bunny stuff, and I'm really excited to show you guys. I think I have all the pieces still. I am gonna need my phone just to look up the names and flowers and everything, but I remember most of the sets and what goes with what. So, this first one is the Sweet Slumber Party with Carnation Mint and the Cozy Posy Sweet Shop. This is a purple teacup and saucer. That's the outside of the shop, and basically all of the cups were the same mold. The bunnies had different molds, but they kept the cups really simple. They're just a basic hard plastic. They have the same handle with this little flower on the top and some swirly vines wrapped around it. The printing was a little bit different on each one. So here it says T-Bunnies, you can see the door of the shop. Here it says Cozy Posy Sweet Shop. And then this is what the saucer looks like. So there's some flower and leaf designs, some swirls. This is where you put the large cup, and there's actually a little spot for the bunny-sized cup, which is super adorable. So if you're just having a tea party with you and your bunny friend, you can both share the saucer. And then here is Carnation Mint, our little bunny friend, in her gigantic hat. So she is really excited to be here, guys. Let me take the hat off first. Their heads are a squishy rubber. They can turn but not tilt. The tips of the ears are much harder. They're like a hard plastic. The bottoms of the ears are squishy though. She has a little bit of an ombre in the face, like they painted the muzzle area. She's got little eye shines. Those are the carnations on her ears. They all had molded on white gloves, so that they were always dressed to the nines for the tea parties. This hand couldn't hold anything, but this hand, you can see, has area between the thumb and the finger so that she can hold the teacup, which I will show you guys in a minute. She even has little molded laugh lines by her eyes. This is one of the outfits she comes with. It's a fuzzy white material with some icy blue tinsel lining it, and it just velcros in the back. They do have little molded cottontails and underwear, and just so you can see the articulation a little bit, they do kind of straddle sit, but still they can sit and their arms can move up and down. And they all also had molded shoes, so hers are little white ballet flats. This is what the hat looks like. It's a molded straw hat. You can see a carnation on top. That's the only painted part of it, and some other flowers there as well. And of course, the big ear holes so that you can put it on her and make her go inside. Here is her teeny tiny teacup that is her size, and it has the same little handle as the large cup, and that is just a really cute detail that they made it so that you have matching little cups with your bunny. It takes a little effort, but you can get it in there. I don't know if she's really bringing it up. No, it's kind of going up to her mouth. She has a second outfit in this set, which is a cute little white dress with green polka dots and green ribbon trim around the middle and the bottom, and tulle puffy sleeves. They are fraying a lot, but that's because this is old and it's been on and off many times. But here's what it looks like on her. So when she's done in her pajamas, she can have something to wear outside. You're not going to go out in your pajamas, especially not if you're a classy Victorian lady. But since this is a sleepover set, you have to have a sleeping bag, and this is one of my favorite pieces. It's just so cute, and it's fabric, and it's soft. I love it. So we have this quilted floral pattern green sleeping bag. We've got lace trim and little ribbons up here. We have a built-in pillow that's actually soft. It's white on the inside, and she can easily fit inside of it. Super, super adorable. She also came with a couple other sleep accessories, such as this terry cloth head wrap, which I think I tied like a permanent knot into. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get that out. So there you go. She's got a matching minty green terry head wrap, and you can see my Gordian knot there. And she also came with little fabric slippers to go over her feet. They have tiny ribbon flowers on them with green leaves, and they just fit over her molded shoes. And she is all ready to have a sleepover. So that is one of the deluxe playsets. Actually, looking now, I don't have any of the basic ones. I only got ones that had extra accessories. Probably that was my mom's doing. She probably wanted me to get the one that had more stuff. She's just like that. So the other playset that I had with an adult bunny is the Buttercup Honey and Poppy Seed Playhouse ballet recital set. That's what it kind of looks like on the outside. Basically, it's the same mold, like I said. Cups and saucers all have the same mold. It's just in a yellow. There's the tea bunny, but it looks like a theater. We have a poster for music, a poster for movies. This says Poppy Seed Playhouse, and then another poster. And then here we have Buttercup Honey. She is a yellow bunny, and as you can see, her face is quite different from Carnation. Carnation is just overly excited about everything, but Buttercup is a little more calm. There's her little Buttercup ear flowers, and she's wearing a little Tea Bunny Ballet t-shirt, which is a nice cotton feeling. And then the rest of her body and hand sculpt and everything is the same. Here's her hat. She has a really cute little hat. It's a white straw hat. There's the buttercup and then the other flowers, and there's a pink ribbon underneath it all. And they're even molded on the bottom too, which I love. They could have just made this like flat on the bottom, but they added extra detail in that way. Oh my god. There's a little Bratz purse in here somehow. I'm not sure. I might have lost her teacup because I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, I only found the purple mini teacup, so I guess I must have lost her teacup at some point. That's sad. But anyway, here are the other outfits that she comes with. So she actually comes with like 3 outfits altogether, which is kind of wild. So we've got this ballet outfit. It has sparkly pink material up top, and then a pink satin sash with a bow and a white satin pleated looking skirt. Let me show you what it looks like. So there's outfit number 1. Really adorable. And interesting too that they went with such a vibrant pink on her when she's yellow. You would think that they would have made the ballet bunny pink so that all the stuff was pink and went together. But anyway, this is the second outfit. We have a white and silvery top. It's like white with silver thread in it. Pink tulle over an iridescent fabric on the bottom for the tutu. And here's what this one looks like on her. So they all kind of stick out a little bit, which is a good thing they have the painted bloomers on. A rabbit body shape like this doesn't really lend itself well to clothes in general, but I still appreciate that they're fabric clothes. I mean, they could have made these with molded on clothes. They still might have had articulation, but you know, they could have made them with molded on clothes. They didn't have to give us actual removable outfits, especially because they're not like dolls. I'm not only missing a teacup for her, I am also missing the ballet slippers, which honestly, I have no idea how I lost those things because my mom was so meticulous about making sure I kept everything together. That's why I have this stuff in a plastic tub, but I don't know, somehow they slipped through the cracks. But this is her other accessory. She has a little dance bag. It's made of a smooth material, kind of like that material that has foam in it, if you know what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. And it's got little ribbon handles so she can keep all of her dance stuff or her street clothes in here until the recital is over. So that is that one. And strangely, I have more babies than the adult characters, so I have 4 babies here. Let me just make sure they're all in the right cupcakes. Alright, so I'm missing some pieces for some of the babies, but I have the cupcakes and the babies, so that's like the most important part. This first one is daffodil dumpling and the coconut cupcake. So this is what the cupcake looks like on the outside. It has daffodils on top and a pink coconut frosting. We've got some white at the bottom and then a yellow for the underside of the cupcake. And let me just show you this is what it looks like with the ears sticking out. You can actually stand the babies straight up to have their ears sticking out of the cupcake. And here's the baby. So this is daffodil dumpling. And they also have the same 5 points of articulation as the full-size bunnies, which is awesome. She's got a cute little face, her little blossoms. They're like buds because they're babies, so their flowers wouldn't be fully bloomed yet, which I think is super clever. She has a little molded bib. She also has on molded white gloves, a molded diaper, and pink little molded shoes. So her bonnet and miniature cupcake are missing, and the swaddle bag for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I do have the little sippy cup. She does have both hands available to hold it because it has 2 handles, so it's almost the same size as she is. Oh my goodness. But yes, it looks like she's actually drinking out of the little sippy cup, and that's adorable. And again, all the sippy cups had the same mold, just in different colors. And then the bottom of her cupcake, this is her little blanket. It's showing up like neon, but it's pink. It looks like it's in the grass. There's a couple of toys molded in there. For some reason, this one comes out of the bottom, but the other ones don't. Like, 2 of them do and 2 of them don't, and I'm not sure why. Then we have Lilac Cuddles and the Strawberry Shortcake. I wouldn't normally pair lilac with strawberries, but I think it's cute. It kind of works. So this is what the cupcake looks like. It looks like a bunch of whipped cream. We've got a couple of lilacs on the top and then strawberries lining the whole bottom of the icing and a purple base. And then here is our little baby whose ribbon is not staying together. This one, actually, the rest of them do have their bonnets. So this is Lilac Cuddles. She's got her little purple buds up here. She has a green little diaper and then a white bib and white shoes. And the bonnet is basically a little piece of lace attached to elastic and then with a matching colored ribbon with a bow. It's simple, but it gets the point across. And she has her little carrying bag. It's a fuzzy white material with purple satin trim and a purple ribbon that does Velcro, so you can loop it around one of the adult bunnies. I'm not sure what happened to her sippy cup or cupcake, but I don't see them. Here's what she looks like inside of it, and I will attach her to Carnation here, and now Carnation can go on the go with the baby. Very cute. I love the babies, obviously, because I have so many of them. And then this is what the base of her playset looks like. She's got a little white blanket with a teddy bear and a block. Alright, then we have this one, which is Candy Fruit Cutie Pie? Is that a flower? Candy fruit? I've never heard of that. Candy Fruit Cutie Pie and the Angel Food Cake Cupcake. So this one, I love the colors on this one. We've got the angel food cake shape. It looks like it came out of a bundt pan. We've got a white glaze and then some purple decorations as well as the flowers on top and a kind of rosy pink base. And then here is the baby. This is Candy Fruit, whatever I just said. The little buds. She has a purple diaper, a white bib, white gloves, white shoes, and the bonnet has a pink ribbon for the strap. She also has her little carrying bag, and she doesn't have her sippy cup, but I have the miniature cupcake, which I'm gonna make her hold it so you can see, because there is a tiny little handle on it. It is the same exact mold as the full-size cupcake. Colors, paint and all, just in tiny miniature form. I love that. And I'm so annoyed that the other ones don't have their cupcakes. Well, the other 2 of them. The final bunny baby that I'm about to show you is complete. Also, real quick, this is the base of the cupcake. Has a blanket, a rattle, a ball in the grass. So that's Candy Fruit. And finally, this is the only baby that I have fully complete with everything now that I'm like researching. This one is Peekaboo Sweet Pea and the Banana Cream Pie set. So as you can see, we have banana slices, little whipped cream shell border. I think those are probably chocolate chips and other crunchy things, or maybe nuts. I'm not sure. And we've got the sweet pea flowers on the top. And here's the baby. She's kind of got a peachy color scheme. We have a yellow bib and shoes and the white diaper and gloves, and then a peachy colored ribbon for the bonnet. The same sling bag with peach as the accent colors, the peach sippy cup, same mold as the other one, and the mini banana cream pie cupcake, which is so cute. I mean, the fact that they did all that extra detail on these tiny little things, they could have just made them one color, maybe 2 colors, but they painted the banana slices. They painted the banana slices. And finally, the base with the yellow blanket purple teddy bear and an orange peachy block. I think the babies, despite the fact that they are tiny and they don't have actual clothes, their cupcakes had so much more detail than the teacups of the main line, so that kind of made them a little more exciting in some ways. But then again, it's hard to play with the babies by themselves. You really need the adults. So at least they had those deluxe sets that came with extra accessories and everything. And that completes my Tea Bunny collection. I'm pretty sure that is everything that I had. I don't know if I'm having a false memory about this or not, but the fancy dessert set looks so familiar to me, and I can't remember if I had it or if my friend had it and I played with it at her house. I'm pretty sure it's the second one that my friend had it. Let me know, did you have any of the Tea Bunnies? Do you remember these at all, whether you had them or not? Do you like them? What do you think of them? They're not exactly dolls, but I think they're still pretty fun. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up